I'm making an Italian ricotta and almond cake. This cake is Northern Italian and comes from the region of Tuscany. It uses almond flour, so this cake has an extra bonus of being gluten-free. It's garnished with beautiful slices of almonds, and I think you're just going to love it. You'll need a 9 or a 10-inch springform pan. Springform pans have a little clip on the side that you pull out, and this makes your cake release so much easier. This one cost me about $14 on Amazon. They're really worth having, and this is a 10-inch. It's going to also need a piece of parchment paper on the bottom, so I'm just going to circle this and then cut this out with a scissor and place this parchment paper in the center. It just gives that extra security of getting your cake out when it's done. You can also buy pre-cut parchment paper for 9 and 10-inch cake pans. I'm going to butter this anyway, and I'm going to use unsalted butter. Now you can take your parchment paper and fit that right in, and it's ready to go. So put that aside and we're going to start making the cake. I need 4 eggs and I'm going to separate them. The egg whites will eventually go into the large KitchenAid mixer. I just sort of reverse them here. I'm getting the egg yolks out of the mixer, and I'm going to start by beating 3/4 cup of sugar and 1 stick of very soft, unsalted butter. When you run your finger through it easily, you know it's ready to go. I really want to make this in my mixer because I want to blend the butter and the sugar really well first. So just make sure that it's really smooth and that you don't have any bumps or lumps in it. You see how creamy it's getting. So now we can add the egg yolks. So one at a time, you can just tip them out with your finger or use a spoon and make sure they're blended in between each egg yolk. You can see how creamy and smooth this has gotten after just a few minutes. So now it's time to add 1 pound of whole milk ricotta cheese, and I'm going to zest 1 lemon, and this is going to really come through with flavor. So add the ricotta to your mixture, and you're also going to add 2 teaspoons of very good vanilla extract. Make sure you use the really good one. And then we're also going to take a 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. This gives it a really great flavor. I'm blending this on medium-low speed until it's really creamy too. You don't want any lumps or bumps, remember. So now that this is done, we'll add the lemon zest and just put that through for about a minute. Here comes the almond flour, and I'm measuring out about 2 cups of almond flour. You can add them both at the same time, and also a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This really punches up the flavor. That's what salt is all about in baking. You'll want to mix this together till it's just smooth and get every bit off of the beater. You'll really want it all. So let's put this into a, medium-large bowl, I guess. We're going to take egg whites now and place them in the mixer. Make sure you use a whisk attachment no matter what your mixer is, and just whip them without any sugar till they're really stiff. You can see this, and I'm turning the bowl upside down to see that they're not going anywhere. So now folding is a really interesting thing. You want to take about 1/3 of those egg whites and you want to slowly fold them in. You don't want to deflate them, so be really careful. Go around the edges and then cut through the center and then go around the edge, and you don't want to see any egg white showing. Now I'm going with the second third, and we're going to do the exact same thing and then finish with the remaining meringue. Now it's time to add the batter to the springform pan. So I very carefully spread it out. I don't want to deflate this, so use a spatula and be gentle. And now add some sliced almonds, and these will brown up later, so you don't have to toast them ahead. They're going to go into a 350-degree oven for about 55 minutes. And here's the ricotta almond cake fresh out of the oven. You wouldn't believe how great this smells. I like to take a butter knife or a little spatula and run it all around the edge just in case. And then after that, you want to unhinge that little snap on the side and pull that off. I would put this in the refrigerator and cool it down. I have done that already, so now I'm going to take a large offset spatula or whatever you can find and lift that cake off. Don't forget, there's still that parchment underneath. Once it's totally cooled, then you can put the powdered sugar on top. So now it's time to serve, and this would be great with a few berries on the side or just by itself. And please subscribe and like if you haven't already. I would really love it.